Hello, I'm glad you could join me today. The verse that God brought to my attention is Psalms 9, 9 and 10. And it says, "The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in time of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you." So join me in talking to God about Psalms 9, verses 9 and 10, and see what he's trying to tell us about this. We hear the obvious words, but with God, there's always more. And so let's hear what he has to say. So join me in talking to God about Psalms 9, 9 and 10. Our gracious Heavenly Father, you are so awesome. You love us with an unfailing love. We can count on you. You're the firm foundation. You're the same yesterday, today, and forever. And your mercies are new every morning. And Lord, I love that you give us your word, that we can look at it, we can read it, we can meditate on it, and we can memorize it. And like your scripture tells us, write it on our forehead, type it, write it against on our door frames. I need to get your word into my heart, and I need to listen carefully to what you're saying. So, Lord, as I look at Psalms 9, 9, and 10, the first part says, "The Lord is a refuge." That is so reassuring that you are there, that safe place. And what came to mind when I was reading that is like a storm, and there's that little shelter that you can run into, and that many times I know, Lord, with me, you don't really change the circumstances. I still got the problem going on, but I feel safe and protected in your presence. It's such a wonderful feeling, and I'm so grateful for that, because as things come along, I, instead of getting all bent out of shape and run around in a circle trying to figure out what to do, it's like, oh well, okay, now I need to take it one step at a time. And it's so much easier. It's so much calmer. And of course, then I can think and listen more clearly because I'm not frantic. Because I know that when I get really overwhelmed with something, uh, I cannot think straight. And I remember a dear friend telling me that she went out, there was a water leak in her front yard, and she didn't know what to do. And she literally ran around in a circle, Lord, you know that. And then she stopped, and it's like, Lord, what do I do? And I know that for me, this is how you work. You put it in her mind, like you've put in my mind, you need to do this. So she ran to the neighbors, and he had a key to turn off, a connection to turn off the water coming to the property. And but she had to laugh because there she was running in a circle, like, what was that going to do? But I feel that in too many times, Lord, in my life, that's what I do. I just used to feel so overwhelmed. And I've noticed lately that what is so nice is like, oh, okay, that has to be dealt with. And by keeping the calm and trusting in you that you're aware of it and you're there to lead and guide me, I am just absolutely amazed at how things just seem to come together. And and the things I need to think about are clear, and I need to know who I need to ask, and need to get it resolved. I thank you so much for that, Lord, because you are our refuge. And that's all those things is what I picture, is that it's you give me guidance, but you give me a safe place, a dry place to stand while I listen to what I need to, and for your guidance and what I need to do. And it says for all the oppressed. And for me, when I think of that, I think of some really serious problems. Many in different countries where people are don't have a place to live anymore, and things are really terrible. But it doesn't have to take that extreme. It can just be a small thing that's oppressing for me that I don't know what to do with. And I found that if I will take all the small things to you, and that when the big thing comes along, then it's so much easier. But I have, because I've gotten in the habit of turning to you in the small stuff, Lord. I love the way you work in our lives if we turn to you. I was trying to figure something out one day and thought, oh, I feel this is the thing I've realized that you do is, it was like, well, you need to take those things, you need to go take care of that, pick that up, get that material this week. Oh, okay. You pressed it on my mind so strongly that it felt like that's what I need to do at this time. Well, I have another 2 weeks, so I have next week. But the reason I know, Lord, that you pressed that on my mind is because when the person came to help me and that I was going to use to do that and thought, well, I could use them next week, I found out that they weren't going to be available the next week. And I saw, which I had not seen before, that you were leading, guiding me in a way that I wasn't listening to or paying attention to. And so I'd already planned and had it ready to take care of that weekend to pick up that flooring. Well, if I had not done that, Lord, if I had not listened to you, then she wouldn't have been there to help me the following week. And the week after that, I needed to empty the room so the flooring could be put down. And to me, that's who you are. You're the one who is trying to tell me things and trying to reassure me about things, but I wasn't realizing it was you. All this time when I walked with you and I listened, there was an area that I wasn't getting that you were letting me know needed to be done. And then you did it again the other day when went to move it, that all the things came together because of the timing of your perfect timing. And so, Lord, I thank you so much for that. That's the oppressed part for me. And so many times in reading, especially reading in Psalms, Lord, you know that I've thought, oh, well, people are trying to kill King David. That doesn't have anything to do with me. And sometimes I have to laugh how foolish I am. But then you pointed out, no, Lola, no one's chasing you or trying to kill you. But you have problems that come up that need to be dealt with. And I'm showing you that I'm here. And so it was this huge light bulb that went on quite a few years ago that, oh, that's what, it isn't the exact same problem. So like when I think of oppressed, I'm thinking of some really people who were slaves or had no rights, or where they have a dictatorship and that people can't think for us. I don't have to be in that kind of oppression to know that you're my refuge. It's even in the small stuff. And that's what I love so much about you, Lord, is you, if I listen, you will point these things out and you'll bring them to my attention, that you're my refuge, even when for the oppressed, even if it's not a huge, major thing, it's my problem and it's my issue, and it's big for me. So I thank you so much, Lord, for reminding me that whatever's going on, I need to turn to you. The second part of this same verse says that you're a stronghold in times of trouble. And so it's the same thing. That one, then I'm thinking, okay, that's the smaller stuff. Got a leak, got something broken that needs to be replaced. And the stronghold, to me, really was almost the same picture. It's that place to go to, that place to be when times are tough or things are going on, that you can feel at peace and feel safe, feel protected. And that's you, God. You're my refuge and my stronghold. And I need to remember that. I need to turn to you. It's like being caught in a downpour and there's a little building not very far away, but you're not looking. You're so overwhelmed with the getting sopping wet that I don't see that there's a place to get out of that downpour. And I know, Lord, that for me, if I can get to the dry place, if I had trouble with my car, if I could get safely off the side of the road, then you can take a deep breath and stop and think. And so to me, that's the second part of this. Not only are you there to lead and guide me and show me how to find the solution to my problem, you give me that safe haven to take a deep breath and listen. I used to think it was, well, now I can decide what to do. It's not me who decides, it's you. But I can't, in the middle of the turmoil, it's so hard to think clearly. So that to me is the second part of you being a refuge and a stronghold, is that I can get to that place, get calmed down so that basically I can hear you. That's what I need to do. I need to be able to hear you and listen to what you're telling me. I was always thinking that was just my own thought process and that it wasn't coming from you, but I've seen so clearly lately, finally getting through my thick brain, that no, Lola, I was talking to you through that, telling you, go take care of that now. If you can do it this weekend, this week, because there's something coming up you don't know about. You take care of it this week, it'll all be done, and then the week that you have, you'll have time to do the second part that you need to do. It was so amazing that I'd never seen that. I'd never seen it so clearly, that it was you, Lord. How often have I done that, Lord, where I've not realized that you are working in my life and you're letting me see those things. So I thank you for your word, and I thank you for this time to come and talk to you, because then I could see more clearly what you're showing me. In verse 10 of Psalms 9, it says, to those who know your name, that's the first part. And as I thought about that, the part of the word know is to not have heard it, not to have just recognized the name, but to know it. And for me, Lord, what I felt you were saying is that I've read your scriptures, I've meditated on your word, I've prayed and talked to you, and I understand who you are. For so many years, Lord, it was surfacey. I heard the words. Probably, Lord, I realized that I was thinking, well, that was for that time, not for today. And so I would just kind of think of it from that point of view, knowing who you are. You're God, you created the whole earth. Jesus came a long time ago, uh, walked on earth. Yes, died for me, got all that, but I didn't go any further. I did not know who you are, did not understand fully that you care about every aspect of my life. You love me with such a love that we cannot possibly understand the full meaning and impact of it all. Your scripture tells us we don't know the width and the depth and the length of the love that you have for us. It's beyond our comprehension. But each time we experience little things, we can get a better glimpse of it. And so that's what I heard when you said, those that know your name. That we know who you are. We've read your word. We've taken it to heart. We've memorized it. We've gone over it. We've listened to it. We've understood it clearly. That's the knowing that I want. And I want to know you. Well, I know I need to know you more. There's always more with you, and I know that I need to understand you better. But each day that I learn something new, then when I understand how much you love me, when I fully understand the sacrifice that you made so that I would not have to pay the penalty of my sins and that I could have eternal life with you, if I really get that, it puts my world in a whole different perspective. How can I be offended by what someone says when you died for me, when I didn't even care that you existed? I lived a lot of my life knowing there was a God, knowing that Jesus died, but never making it personal. It never was for me, and it was not for a personal relationship with you. And the difference is just astounding. To really get that, to really grab hold of it and hang on to it, I can then, put it together with that refuge and that stronghold where I can go and take a deep breath, not panic, not get all tied in a knot with things, and saying, okay, Lord, what do I need to do now? What is your plan in this? What are you asking me to do through this? What are you wanting me to learn? And what the wonderful part about it is there's such a peaceful place. And like I've said before, I can listen so much more clearly to you. I can hear what you're saying. And so one of the things that I've learned and keep learning is that the more I study and and read your word and talk to you and ask for you to explain it to me, I just learn more and more so that I get to know who you are. And so for those who know your name, trust in you, because that's the very thing. The more I know about you, the more I understand who you are, the easier it is to trust in you. I don't have to fall apart or figure how am I going to handle it myself? And Lord, I just love that, because I was just talking to someone the other day and they were just explaining how tough everything was in their job and how much they have to do themselves. And I didn't even know how to explain to her that you had resolved it. She was upset because it was right till the last minute. Everything is right up to the last minute. And so, Lord, I'm going to ask you to give me the words to help her not feel so panicked and alone. And that, now, okay, it's okay, I'm going to get through. Not realizing that was you. That's what I did. I didn't realize it was you. That you had it under control. That you were waiting for me to take a deep breath, turn to you, take refuge in you, that know that you're my stronghold, and wait for your direction and your guidance. Because I can trust you. And it, like I say, it's so much easier now, Lord, that I know and understand who you are. And the more I do that, and each time, just like where I realized, you were talking to me when I didn't realize it was you talking to me. But it was so clear that you made it so clear that I needed to take care of that week, and not wait for another week, because you knew something I didn't know. I appreciate that so much, Lord. And that, there again, the more I know those things and I see that how you've worked, then when I hear you, I can just trust it, because I know you. That's the other part I know about you. You love me with an unfailing love. You want what's best in my life. You want me to have that peace and joy that only comes from you. And I can't get that unless I trust in you. And so the more I learn about you, the more I can trust in you. And so now I understand this verse. Those who know your name, trust in you. It goes together, fits together perfectly. Because the more I understand, the more I know. I didn't have, just as soon as I saw that problem the other day, I was like, oh, okay. Thought I was done, didn't have to have another project right now, but okay, Lord, let's go. Show me what I need to do. And that's the life that I love living. It's so peaceful, it's so calming, and I can, yes, there's an issue I have to take care of, but I don't have to get all upset or frustrated about it. I can trust you through it. And then, Lord, the last part of this verse says, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. To me, this is just the most powerful thing. You have never forsaken those who seek you. So when I turn to you, you are going to be there. It's a guarantee. I can't get that anywhere. I remember when I first found out and knew that I shouldn't be driving anymore. So I came home, parked the car, and haven't driven since. And two of my really good friends said, oh, don't worry, Lola. We'll be there. We'll take you to any appointment you need to go to. We got you covered. It was within a month or 2 months maybe that my first appointment came up. So when I checked with them, both of them who were going to be there no matter what had obligations. They were, they couldn't, they couldn't do what I needed. Couldn't take me to that appointment. And I loved that right off. It was a great eye opener because what I realized is, oh, I need more than two people. Because most of the time, their world is like mine. There's only 2 or 3 times a year that they have those big things that they have to do. Both of them on that same day had something they were obligated to that they couldn't change. Yes, I found another way to do it. But I appreciate you so much, Lord, for that. Instead of getting upset and thinking, oh, well, thanks a lot, I was counting on you. No, they have a life too. You opened my eyes to thinking, no, you need more options. That's when I discovered Dial-A-Ride and was able to take Dial-A-Ride to those appointments. Then because they, even at that time, they had a volunteer driver that would even take me into Olympia. And now they don't have that, so I have to arrange different things. But what I love, Lord, is that you let me see clearly right from the beginning that you're right there, even though those people could not fulfill what they thought they could. It happened, and you wouldn't think the two of them would have something on the very same day, but that's the way it happened. And I'm so thankful for that. I don't think it happened ever again where they both were busy on the same day like that. I mean, it's happened, but shortly after that, it didn't happen for quite a few years. But Lord, I love that you showed me that you're there and that there's other ways to do things because you never forsake us. You never, never forsake us. If I turn to you, you're there. You won't let me down. And I just think that's something that I cannot get anywhere else because, like I say, other people have lives and have obligations. And so when you think you can count on them, then their world turns upside down and they can't be there when they want to. But you, Lord, show me the ways that I can find things. The one part that was so nice to recognize, Lord, is that I have to take one step. I have to seek you because you never forsake us if we seek you, those who seek you. So that's my part. I have to turn to you. I have to ask for help. And I can remember the days when I would do everything and then as a last resort, I would turn and pray and ask for your assistance. I can tell you it is, Lord, you know it's so much better when I do it right away. And it has changed my life completely. It's not the last resort, it's the first option. Without even realizing, Lord, that I know that I've thrown up a prayer to you. It isn't even, it's just, it's so automatic. It's sort of like when you start to fall, you reach out to grab hold of something. You don't even realize you're doing it, but it happens just as soon as you start to lose your balance. You reach out to grab for something. And that's how I feel that my life now is with you. As soon as something happens, I'm thinking, Lord, I'm needing you today. Lord, I need a solution to this. Lord, I need your help. I need your support. I need your strength. I need your power. And it's so automatic. And I am so grateful for that. It's not that last resort. It's that first instinct. And the more I do it, the more instinctively it is. Because a few years ago, I'd have been, a leak. Oh no. I thought I had it solved. I spent a lot of money fixing it. But no, it was like, oh, okay. Like when I was reading that devotion the other day, it sort of says when you have a problem, you need to go, oh, well, because I know that I can trust you. I know your name. I know who you are. Therefore, I can trust in you. And I know that you will never forsake me if I seek you. If I turn to you, you're going to be there. And so I thank you and praise you, Lord, because I just, sometimes I just can't even believe my life is the way it is, because it's so much more peaceful. Those little things that used to upset me so. And I could spend days and weeks being upset over something, and then maybe let it go for a little bit, and then I'd think of it again and I'd be all upset. And now it's not even there. And it makes my life so much better, so peaceful. A friend said to me the other day, when someone says, how are you doing? They said, I'm at peace. And that's what I should remember to say, Lord, because I'm at peace with you. Do I still have the troubles and the problems that I had? Yes. But I have you. And I know that you will get me through them. It won't always be instantaneous. Many times it is. But I know that I can count on you. So, Lord, I just ask you to help those who are listening today, who are reading Psalms 9, 9, and 10, to remember that you are our refuge. For anything that is tough and going on in our lives, you're our stronghold in times of trouble. That's where we need to go. That's our safe place. And that the more we get to know you, the more we can trust you. Because you will never forsake us if we seek you. So thank you, Lord. Thank you for showing us who you are. Thank you for reminding us that you're always there. Thank you so much for shining the light on your word so that I can understand it in a different way. I thank you, Lord, for all that you're doing in my life and how you have let me see who you are more clearly. And I know there's more. And so, Lord, I just ask you to continue to let me see who you are, to let me understand you better, and to always seek you, count on you, and trust you. And I can bring all these things to you because of what Christ did for me. And I can pray in Jesus' name. Amen.